Hi there, and welcome to your Business Builder System. The focus of today's video is on time management, which is a subset of the Freedom Builder system. Now, this is a huge topic. What I want to do is just pick out one or two things at a conceptual level and one or two things at a practical level that will be very easy for you to implement, but will have a massive impact, not just on your business, but on your life in general. So, conceptually, I'm going to be a little controversial to get going. My number one rule of time management is there's no such thing as time management. Yeah, for me, a second is a second, a minute is a minute, hour is an hour, day is a day, so on and so forth. Yeah, we can't go forward in time, we can't go back in time, and we can't make an hour longer or shorter. Yeah, it is what it is. What we can manage, though, is what we choose to do with the time we've got. And when we think about it from that angle, it's more self-management than time management, because we're managing ourselves and the choices we make, the decisions we make about what actions we're taking. And that, for me, really improves our level of ownership and accountability and responsibility about this intangible thing of time, makes it much more tangible, makes it much more real, and gives a much better connection to it. And therefore, we get performance improvements from it. So let's not think of it as time management, let's think of it as self-management. Second thing to think about is, just on that point actually, let's face it, Branson, Jobs, Hamilton, Schumacher, Hawkins, all these successful people all have the same amount of hours in their day as we do in ours. Yeah, and it's quite often what they're choosing to do with it, which is elevating their success. And thinking about the businesses I've worked with for over the last sort of 10, 11, 12 years now, quite often a significant determinant in the level of success between the business owners I've worked with is how good they are at prioritizing their time. And I'm going to flip to the whiteboard in a moment and give you a tool to use to do that. Second thing, from a conceptual point of view, now there are some people, who will remain nameless, who might disagree with this, but as a species, human beings are pretty rubbish at multitasking. I know what you're thinking. Studies show that when we multitask, our performance drops and our fatigue increases, because the time it takes us to jump from one task to then start another task to then start another task, that time is just wasted, really. I'll come on to what to do instead. But the mental brain power needed, this thing burns most of the energy that we consume in a day. And when we're multitasking, it's burning energy, it's fatiguing, it's tiring. What we look to do instead is to, what I would call single task, but to batch like-for-like tasks together. So, do a brain dump of all the tasks that you do, get them out on paper, and then find the like-for-like ones, find the admin ones, find the tasks that are more people-orientated. Break your admin into finance admin and sales admin, and just break all this stuff down and then put it together in like-for-like batches of similar tasks, because then you can get into the mindset and the flow of doing that particular task and do it well. Even if you don't like it, you can do it well. So get into, stop bouncing around stuff, bring them together, like-for-like tasks. Stop the multitasking. Now, there was an element there I was going to go into in terms of flow. I'm going to leave that for another video, because otherwise this will just grow and grow and grow. In short, when we're in flow, we're doing stuff where time just goes real fast. The quality and the quantity of our output is high. We look at the clock and it seems to have spun round and 2 hours have gone without us knowing. When we're out of flow, it's the opposite. We don't want to start the damn task, and then when we do it, it seems to take forever. The clock doesn't seem to be moving, and you go ahead and check and see if the batteries are working. Yeah, that's out of flow. So once you've batched your like-for-like tasks and put them into your diary, next step then is to start offloading the out of flow task. Now, if you have to do them, systemize it so it's quick and easy. If you can delegate it, send that to someone for whom it is their flow. Their natural talents and gifts are aligned to that particular task and they enjoy it. Yeah, don't give that out of flow task to someone for whom it's out of flow for them. So there's a couple of things from a conceptual point of view. I'm now going to flip to my whiteboard and just draw you something up in terms of how we prioritize, because it's something a lot of people do, and just one simple change of thinking can make it work so much better for them. So here we go. I'm just going to pop across to my whiteboard. So here's a really simple but really, really effective way of a tool for you to help you with the prioritization of your tasks to enable you to better choose what you do in the time you've got. Now, most people will look to the deadline, the time frame when something needs to be done by to determine what needs to be done first. So they'll base their prioritization based on the urgency of the task. And it's no surprise really that since the Industrial Revolution, our educational system, our industrial system has been based around urgency, and people can quite easily fall into that trap of doing what's most urgent first. But not all tasks have equal value. Some tasks are more will have a bigger impact on you and your business or you and your life than others. And urgency doesn't always cut it. There might be something that is really low impact, low value that needs to be done today. The consequence of not doing it is fairly low. There could be something that's really, really valuable, that's high impact on your business or life, that you could be working on instead. So let's move away from thinking about prioritization purely based on urgency and start instead thinking, how do we prioritize based on importance? Now, it's easy to put a scale of 1 to 10 on urgency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, based on its deadline. How do we put a importance on things? What's going to be importance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? What's going to make something a 6 over a 1, a 10 over a 5, and so on and so forth? It's not quite as simple. Now, the way I like to look at this is importance is tied to your, well, actually, let me ask you a question. What are you thinking right now? And for some people, something that's revenue related is really, really important. For some people, something that's team related is really, really important. Now, how do we measure this? So the way I look at this is to think more in terms of what are my current goals? Yeah, what are my current goals? If my current goal is to get revenue into the business, then if I've got a choice between getting a quote out versus completing a job description for a new hire, then if my goal is revenue, then the quote is more important than the job description. So I do the quote first. A few months later, when we've got all this revenue in and we're looking to build a business and to expand, then those two goals may shift in their importance. The job description may be more important than getting a new quote out. So we measure by importance, which is linked to our goals. And of course, those goals can change over time. So the relative importance of things can change. And that's why doing this exercise regularly is really important, or certainly do it every time there's a significant change in your goals. So what have we got here then? If we look at the 4 quadrants of the box, we've got down here, bottom left, we've got low urgency, low importance. Top right, we've got high urgency, high importance. Top left, high urgency, low importance. And bottom right, we've got low urgency, high importance. Now, my next question to you is, when you've mapped out and you've put your tasks all over this, you've plotted all your tasks all over these 4 quadrants, which of the 4 quadrants do you go for first? Just pull these little stars off. So which of these 4 quadrants do you go for first? Now, most people, when I ask this question, go, Rich, we go high urgency, high importance. This one's first. And it's a easy one to go for. It makes kind of sense to go for that one first. However, let me just pull you back a moment here and think about this. What we've got in this bottom right corner here is low urgency, but highly important stuff. This for me is what I call the future zone. This is where the magic happens in your business. This is when you let's think of what some low urgency, high important tasks could be. So business planning, training, development, learning, conferences. For some business owners, taking a break, spending some time with their family, getting some R&R, recharging the batteries. It may be new product development. It could be new marketing campaigns, all that kind of great stuff. It's not urgent, but it's highly important. And this is why I say, let's put this stuff into the diary first, because if it doesn't go into your diary, it just won't get done, because this stuff up here will always trump it. It will always be something urgent and important to do, and it will always take the space of the stuff in the future zone. So first off, put enough space in your diary to have this future zone work. Yeah, this is where the magic happens. The second box to go to is this one up here, of course, the highly urgent, highly important stuff. And what we refer to this is demand. So we do it. Sorry, missed this bit here. Diarize. If we don't diarize it, it won't get done. So the future zone stuff, low urgency, high importance, that gets diarized first, goes into your diary. Secondly, we go up to high urgency, high importance. This is the demand box. We're in demand, so let's do it. Third box, now I wouldn't say do this. This is where we're in a little bit of distraction. Yeah, it's urgent, but it's not important. It's probably stuff you should be delegating. Yeah, to someone in the organization who should be doing this type of work. As a business owner, we don't want to be really doing anything that we could pay someone. Well, I'm going to go easy on you. Anything that you could pay someone £20 an hour or less to do, you shouldn't be doing. Yeah, for most of my clients, we're up to £50 an hour, indeed, getting up to £100 an hour work. They don't do. If they can pay someone 50, 60, 70, £80 an hour to do it, they'll get someone else to do it, because they are in the future zone. They're doing that high value stuff down there. The fourth box down here is really only here as a warning. This is your delusion box. Yeah, it's not urgent. It's not important. You're deluded if you're doing this, so just dump it. Yeah. So that's it in its simplistic nutshell here is take your tasks, throw them across these four boxes, rate them based on their importance, their connection to your current goals, and their urgency. Make sure you make enough time in your diary for the future zone stuff and stick to it. Stick to it. Make it a non-negotiable. Do not let anyone book anything over it. Do not let yourself off the hook. Then you go and get the demand stuff and do that. Delegate the distraction and dump the delusion. This in itself will make a phenomenal change to your business. It's something that's easy to run through your entire team, and it gives you a way of prioritizing what to do. So let's just close down the whiteboard and come back to you in the main camera. So we've covered a few concepts and a practical tool for you there. The concepts being there's no such thing as time management, because we can't manage time, but we can manage ourselves and how we choose and what we choose to do in the time we've got. Multitasking is bad. To batch like for like tasks together to create pockets of flow in your week, to look to delegate out of flow stuff to people for whom it is their flow, so you can focus on stuff that is in your flow. And then we've had a nice little tool with the 4 quadrant box to quickly prioritize based on importance, not on urgency. And remember, I can't stress enough, it is the future zone, that highly important, low urgency stuff, that really is the future zone. So please get that in your diary and stick to it, because the magic will happen. I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, and questions on this. Please leave them below on whichever format you're watching this. If you're on YouTube, please hit the bell to subscribe. And if you'd like any more information or to talk about how this could work for you, please do give me a call right now. Look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye for now.